Did you know that there is a lot of money underwater if you know where to look? One of them is jewelry. Did you know that pearls are a hard spherical mass that is lustrous and that is formed within an oyster shell? It's used to adorn women. Welcome to NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. My name is Eugenia Abu. We thank you for joining us.
Any vessel operating coastal voyage in Nigeria must mandatorily have on board the following: vessel logbook, vessel port of call, vessel particulars, which include registry certificates, safety equipment certificates such as safe manning certificates, builder's certificates, load line certificates, tonnage certificates, radio certificate, insurance certificates, classification certificates, passenger ship safety certificate, service certificate, cargo ship certificate, and waiver certificate or receipts. Vessel owners, captains, shipping agents, and members of the public are advised to note and comply.
If you watch NIMASA This Week, every week, week after week, you'll get to hear about what Dr. Bashir Jamo, the Director General of NIMASA, has been up and about doing. We have up ahead, DG's Diary, Maritime Facts, Maritime Nuggets. Don't go away.
We start the DG's Diary today from the Federal Capital Territory, where the NIMASA DG, Dr. Bashir Jamo, briefed officials of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy on the issues surrounding a vessel the Nigerian authorities suspected was operating illegally in Nigerian waters. The briefing took place during a meeting with officials of the Equatorial Guinea, led by His Excellency, Ambassador Francisco Magwe. This was Dr. Jamo's submission.
I think the simple part of this case, we need to have the statement of claim of the flag, state of that vessel. It is not from these questions. I've gone through some of the questions. The questions were centered mainly on piracy. So let us see the statement of claim. When we have the statement of claim, we will compare our statement of claim in the court where we presented this matter in the Nigerian court. And then we will now harmonize their own statement of claim and our own statement of claim. Our lawyers, with their lawyers, we will now sit down and present their own statement of defense. So this is my submission, sir. Thank you.
This week, the Director General of NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamo, OFR, led NIMASA management in signing a Memorandum of Understanding with Sternula Denmark on full-scale VHF data exchange system setup, including space capabilities, between the agency and Sternula. At a brief ceremony in Lagos, Dr. Jamo signed on behalf of Nigeria, while Jacob Wybrant of Sternula signed on behalf of the Danish-based organization. The Danish Consul General to Nigeria, Jette Bjernum, and NIMASA legal advisor, Aisha Idris Yakubu, served as witness, with NIMASA's Executive Director, Admin and Finance, Honorable Trudy Ofodile, in attendance. Just before the MOU was signed, Dr. Jamo noted that the international partnership to enhance vessel-to-vessel or vessel-to-land communication in Nigeria will not only enhance safety and security of navigation in Nigerian waters, but also improve productivity of seafarers.
It's underestimating to begin to announce the benefits of this memorandum of understanding. Certainly, the issue of our maritime traffic, the issue of cargo tracking is going to be more placed on the front burner for us to understand. More importantly, the issue of maritime security. It is my sincere hope that it will be a very good document and vital relationship between Nigeria and Denmark and between Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency and Sternula in general.
Jacob Weybrandt of Sternula and the Danish Consul General to Nigeria, Jette Bjernum, while speaking, disclosed that the MOU will see to a VHF data exchange system connectivity via Sternula fleet microsatellites. This is to make NIMASA Africa's leading maritime administration, with seamless communication between shores and ships, thus improving safety of life at sea.
I'm honored here to represent the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and because we gather here today for the MOU signing. And it's of course with great anticipation that we look into the opportunities that this will open. We think it's a significant milestone in regards to the collaboration between NIMASA and Sternula, and the efforts that are in terms of working with the pioneering Danish technology and company. And the partnership from our side will not only bring a cutting-edge VHF data exchange system technology to Nigeria, but it will also open up for the space capabilities.
We are here because we like to work with you. We are here because we have the know-how, but we would actually like to transfer our know-how to NIMASA, to the Nigerian people, in order for us to help building up new competencies here in Nigeria. So it's not only belonging to countries of Denmark, but it's actually belonging to a proud country like Nigeria to give opportunities to get new jobs, new education opportunities, to bring that into place here.
Sternula One and the built-in AIS 2.0 technology, also called VDES, is a new communication solution to implementing a global e-navigation strategy. AIS 2.0 is an extension to AIS, adding two-way data channels over VHF by using special satellite channels, which means that every ship with a VHF antenna will be able to communicate globally. In her quest to further improve service delivery to stakeholders, the management of NIMASA converged in Lagos for a management performance review session. It provided an opportunity for the team to evaluate the extent to which NIMASA has delivered on her mandate. Members of the agency's executive management sat through the 3-day session.
So the budget unit is in finance, but the entire process of budgeting and its collation is in. How does it work? And is there a better way of working it out, to enhance both the production process and its implementation, considering the constant requirement from the ministry, from the budget office? We have medium-term expenditure framework and periodic review.
Perhaps you made a revenue figure of, let's say, 200 or maybe 190. Now, what you're supposed to look at is perhaps using that as a baseline and then looking at how much you've grown from that figure that you generated in that year. I believe that would be a more justified approach as to the performance.
All departmental heads made presentations, which were scrutinized by colleagues, all in a quest to improve operations. The beauty of such a session was that colleagues exchanged ideas on how best to improve NIMASA operations from the zones to operational departments and support units.
Because all of the job we do is not totally dependent on effort on our part. Anytime you see 50%, we do that means we have done the most we can. And because we need management approval without criticizing or putting the management online.
Building capacity of our staff, because that is number one of the certification that must be done. Do you have competent staff to manage?
Execute CSR programs in those 4 interventions in 36 states of the Federation and FCT.
When we're having challenge in carrying out our enforcement operations, we went into partnership with them to provide that security support into the waters and apprehend vessels.
Departments that need specific training, specialized training. Like I'm a lawyer, I woke up one day and I found myself in marine accident investigation units, where I don't even know what was happening there. But I had to take extra steps. I enrolled myself, I did an online program.
I'm the head of maritime labor. That one of the key elements of this MPR is to have a feedback from ourselves. The objective is to endear the country to the shipping world and enhance the integrity of Nigeria's regulatory compliance.
Also, we are having the most important one, which I think is very important to the agency, is achieving from 75% at the baseline to 100%.
On day 2, the agency's Director General, Dr. Bashir Jamu, noted that Team NIMASA can only improve through sessions like this, where truths are not embellished.
Any serious organization, they must set targets, they must set goals. And setting that goal is the first turning of making invisible visible. And that's the essence and that's the objective of each and every one coming here to sit down and analyze and give his own scorecard report. Now, we are doing this internally. We have somebody out there to checkmate us. He too, he has somebody. When we do our own here, we will have to report to the ministry. Ministry will have to report to the presidency. So it's no longer business as usual. So that is why we must take this thing seriously. We must be able to evaluate our performance and let us see tangible things.
At the end of the entire session, some management staff spoke to NIMASA this week.
The management performance review, the MPR like I call it, is a periodic assessment engagement where management come together to look at what we've done the previous year, within the half year, what did we project to do, what have we done, and what have we achieved in terms of our KPIs. So you need this to periodically put yourself in check.
MPR is important because it helps you to know, to have a review of what you have set to achieve and to see whether you are really up to meet that target of what you set rolled out to achieve for that particular year. So it is very important because it will help you also to make projection of a new year, preceding year. So this is very key that you have a review, because if you don't have a review, you will not know where you are going. So it is very key, very important.
It's a strategic approach of management of the agency in driving the action plan, what we need to do on a year-to-year basis. This has been institutionalized over time. It has been of immense achievement for the agency in attaining most of the goals set for the agency as well as for the industry.
When we come here, we find out where we have not done too well and where we have done so well that we have to add. So the learnings it's a learning process. You know, every day to be part of an organization that is successful, you have to learn and train yourselves and continue learning and learning and learning. So this is what we're doing. So this is a learning process. We are trying to find out, to score ourselves. So let's say we are here and we want to be there where you are. So we are saying, how do we get there? So we just collaborate together and say, okay, to move forward to where you are, this is what we're supposed to do.
You're still watching NIMASA this week. We're very excited when you stay with us and join us to listen to the many important information that we bring your way. Stay.
It was a gathering of who's who in the maritime industry. Captains of industry, ship owners, diplomats, friends, colleagues past and present, and family all converged for the investiture of the NIMASA Director General, Dr. Bashir Jamu OFR, as the Maritime Man of the Year 2023. It was a black tie event. Elder Asubex, the CEO Maritime Media Group, explains how Dr. Jamu was selected from various nominees for the award.
We look at the maritime sector today, apart from Bamanga Tuku, there's no other Nigerian that has impacted so much in the maritime sector than Dr. Bashir Jamu. In the last 3 years since the mantle of leadership fell on him as helmsman of Nigerian Apex Maritime Regulatory Agency, Dr. Jamu has left no one in doubt that is here to change the face of Nigerian maritime domain and to stamp our name, that is Nigeria's name, in the Committee of Nations as a critical stakeholder.
One after the other, dignitaries present poured encomiums on Dr. Jamu, listing his achievements.
His selection of this award is a clear indication of his efforts in delivering good deeds for the progress and development of Nigerian maritime sector, and his contributions are truly valuable.
The singular person, the singular human being in Nigeria that has turned around the reputation of the whole country, I don't think anybody needs to say anything more. Can we just give him a round of applause for doing that?
The NIMASA Act and conditions of service is clear on who the accounting officer is. In the past 4 years, there has been a gentleman called Dr. Bashir Jamu.
And I will humbly and proudly say that in his tenure, women in maritime have had the opportunity of having so many trainings.
Bashir, you are just beginning the journey. I would like to believe and hope that this nation will appreciate what you have started to do.
On a very serious note, I lack words to describe him, but all I can say today is that he is an awesome person.
I want to thank you on behalf of the Maritime Workers of Nigeria. We are proud of you. We are proud of you.
But I happen to know that the nation itself has seen the value that is in Bashir Jammeh by conferring on him office of the Federal Republic just a year and plus ago.
The diplomatic community, including representatives from both the IMO and the UK, also acknowledged the event.
We at IMO are very proud to have collaborated with Dr. Jammeh. He's an excellent, excellent representative of your country. He has done more for the reputation of Nigeria in the maritime world than anyone in a very long period of time. So I consider him a friend. The IMO considers NIMASA a partner, a credible, important, professional partner, thanks to the efforts of all of the people of NIMASA and of course Dr. Jammeh. Thank you very much.
And like my colleague has said from the International Maritime Organization, we have worked very closely with NIMASA, with Dr. Jammeh. We want to congratulate him on his award today, but also for the good cooperation that all the British industry has had over these last few years with NIMASA. We really congratulate you on that partnership. Thank you.
Today, the editorial board of the Maritime Media Group presents to you a patriot par excellence, a detribalized Nigerian, a maritime icon who came ahead of his time. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Maritime Man of the Year 2023.
We'll continue to keep you as our own. Whatever you find yourself, on behalf of Nigeria, we always look forward to seeing you. Congratulations.
There's nothing you can do without management team. So I cannot claim this glory without my executive management. So having dedicated this to Almighty Allah, I am dedicated to my executive management and the entire staff of the Nigerian Maritime Association. These staffs, if you see them, you think it's nothing wrong, but they believe so many things is wrong with the maritime sector, and we have to stand on our feet and ensure that we provide the leadership that can take the maritime industry to the promised land.
Introducing the NIMASA Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and NIMASA will respond.
I would like you to jump on the boat of what we are anchored on this week. Here at NIMASA this week, we are anchored on friendship. And I know because you are my friend, you will stay with us on the program. Our friends on NIMASA this week are numerous and diverse, and we enjoy having you join us. On that note, we come to the end of this edition of NIMASA this week. Do stay well. On behalf of the team, my name is Eugenia Abu. Have a good one.